Hello everybody, welcome again to the robot steel structure course. Now in this lecture and after the calculation of the software, we want to begin with the design. First of all, before we begin to design the element, we must define the code parameter of design for each element. First of all, let's go to the robot. For example, we want to define a properties design for the columns, for the beams, and for the columns wind, for the beams. Each type of member have a specific properties of design code. We must define these properties for each member. To do this, we go to design, steel member design, code parameter. As we show here, we have simple bar, columns, beams. To know this, let's for example begin with let's show here. For example, we have here the groups. Let's begin with the bars beam. If we show here the bars beam, we can show here that the top flange of the bars beam is connected with cladding, but the bottom flange here it's not connecting. So at the top we didn't have backlink, but on the bottom we have backlink. So we must define a specific parameter for this bars beam. So let's go to here, new bars beams. We can show here this bars beam backlink y-axis we have, and we have a backlink for z-axis. Also for the here flexural axis. For the upper flange, this part we didn't have backlink, so we put here none, and for the lower we have, so we put here save. Okay, we have it. So now we select them, refresh selection, copy, we press apply. Now for the for example, for the bottom chord and for the real side, okay, also for the wind columns, we can apply, we can go to here, we can select them and put here copy. We can apply them and apply for the wind column, for the real side, and for the bottom chord we can apply them as beams, okay, because we press here apply, here close, because here on the beams we can go here, we have a flexion rotation here, and here we have a for the backlink length coefficient here y1 and z1, okay, for the backlink. So these are beams, the bottom chord, real side, and wind column. The wind columns here we have for the wind columns work as the beam, because have a because these wind columns have resist against lateral load, so we have backlink, okay. so we can put the wind columns as beams. For the wind beams here, we put wind beams. This wind beams doesn't have here buckling here, none, because it is work as tension, and doesn't here have also lateral buckling. It is work as tension member only. Okay, so wind beams, and we go to select them, we press apply. The simple bar can show the simple bar. We have the simple bar. The simple bar, we can select the simple bar, the bar like, for example, for example the wind bracing and the internal truss. Okay, and we have the simple bar, and also the bottom chord. We make a mistake, we put the bottom chord as beams, so the bottom chord is a simple bar, so the internal truss, bottom chord, wind bracing work as simple bar. We select them, refresh selection, copy, we press apply. Okay, now for the columns, we select the columns here, refresh selection, copy, we put here columns. Okay, also the same for the truss columns, R columns, also apply. For the beams here also are beams. Okay, now for the rafter, we want to define a new. For the rafter, if we select the rafter and we go to show here, section view, at the top we didn't have, at the bottom we have, and here none, we didn't have buckling here. Okay, sorry, at the top for the rafter we can go to here, upper, select anyone, we can go here, so now we have defined the design properties of each member. In the next lecture we want to begin to design each group element steel structure for each member. So thank you for listening. We'll continue in the next lecture.